Well, hello and good morning. We are here at Wilton House for the Wilton Wake Up Car Meet. This time it's for the classic cars and bikes. Let's go and check out what's here. First off, we got this Vincent motorcycle which is just leaving. Sounds lovely too. Oh look, there's a coach that's just turned up for this breakfast meet. Jaguar E-Type 2-seat convertible leaving. Beautiful wire spoke wheels. So first up in a long line of vehicles, we have this lovely little BSA motorcycle. BSA of course being based in Birmingham in the Midlands. It's a lovely little maroon colour, this 250cc. It's covered 29,000 miles, so still relatively low mileage really. Yeah, beautiful colour. Next to it, MGB GT V8. Naturally has the Rover V8, which of course started life in America. I think it was a Buick engine initially, but then somebody from Rover found it in a skip and brought it over, and Rover were like, yeah, that's brilliant, we'll have that. And so put it in many vehicles from there on. Ford Anglia 105E, this particular one is a deluxe model. Got two little Union Jack cushions in the back with a Ford Anglia teddy bear. If any of you watch the Macklins Motors YouTube channel, you'll see he's got his little Morris the MG bear in his, so I'm sure he'll like little details like that in this Anglia. Of course, this particular model made more well known to younger generations through the Harry Potter franchise. Yeah, what a beautiful car. Ferrari 308 in typical red. As many Ferraris are. It's their signature colour after all. Yeah, 308 designed by Pininfarina. As it says down here, Designo di Pininfarina. Love the Italian language. It's almost musical in how they say things. Yeah, 308 GTS, something a little bit different, something that maybe wouldn't usually be featured on the channel. But a lovely car nonetheless. Love the styling of this particular car. Ford Lotus Cortina, proudly showing off its engine. Very blue on the top of the cam cover there. Definitive green stripe down the side. This thing is absolutely immaculate. Looks like it's got a reversing light hidden underneath that little Lucas cover. Wood rim steering wheel. Wooden gear knob with the little Lotus logo. These things really are special cars. Lovely blue Porsche SC. It's actually not too dissimilar a blue to the one that I've got on Millie the Mini, who is here today but at the car park area. There's quite a few cars here, so some are in the car park, some are in this central square. Yeah, engine cover rack for extra practical goodness for presumably a weekend away. It's a lovely thing though, loving the badging. It's very shiny. In the interior, black leather seats in the front, gorgeous steering wheel, the dials in there. You've got a slightly green tint. Triumph TR5 in a very dark blue. Wooden dashboard, beige leather interior by the looks of it. I know some people would be very interested in that. It's got Overdrive. It's a TR5 PI. 2500 as well, like the Jag that we saw leaving, wire spoke wheels. Again, lovely little sports car. On the opposite end of the scale though, Land Rover. Plenty of seating here in the back, spare wheel kept in the back. Almost the definitive safari vehicle. The early ones of these were aluminium bodied because at the time they were running out of steel because it was just after the Second World War. Have a look at that interior. It's all very basic, very simple, but it does the job. It does exactly what the interior should do. It tells you about the vehicle, what speed you're doing, what the temperature of the engine is, how your fuel is. Does the job nicely. I love the agriculturalness of the original Land Rovers. I mean, this little bonnet prop, that's so simple, the almost chicken coop type grille. The engine bay, all simply laid out, easy access to everything. Little mirrors on the sides, simple design, but very effective and very classical these days. MGB convertible. The interior on this is absolutely gorgeous. I like the interior mirror and how it's just clamped onto that little steel or stainless steel rod. Classical badging. These lights, I believe these are shared with the Riley Elf Wolseley Hornet. Single speaker in the middle. Slightly different end of the scale. Jag E-Type, proudly displaying that it's a V12. I think this is a later model, judging by the lights. Quad exit exhaust. Lovely interior. Front folding bonnet. Of course, massively long nose on the E-Type. And the number plate on this one's quite fun as well. 123 Jag. Next to the E-Type, we have this lovely 1947 Jaguar. I'm afraid I don't know what model it is. Wispo wheels, body colour matched. Lovely sloping rear end. Vinyl roof as well. What look to be... are they suicide doors? I think they might be. And trafficators, of course. Lovely interior, side opening bonnet. It's got some gorgeous details, this. The huge Lucas headlights, the horns down there, the little spotlights. But one thing I have noticed, which is, I would imagine, aftermarket, these little tiny indicators located in the wheel arch. This is a Nissan Fairlady Z from 1975. I believe this is a JDM import to the UK, so a very much Japanese car. A little bit different to the one that Joseph Lloyd of Lloyd Vehicle Consulting had a look at in Hampshire, which belongs to Stuart, although that is an extremely lovely model as well. I can't quite put my finger on how this looks different, but it just does. I think there's maybe a little bit more headroom in the back of this particular model compared to Stuart's Datsun 240Z. Member of the Z Club, and the owner of this is a volunteer at the Adwell Wilson Museum at Calne, just around Devizes in Wiltshire. So that's a museum I have never been to, but I should go and have a look at some point. Shark-nosed BMW M5, one of the defining sporty saloons of the 80s. We'll just have a look in here. These things are extremely popular. We saw quite a lot of these at retro rides. That's the Weekender earlier this year. Lovely colour. Good looking wheels on this. Twin exit centre exhaust. Still hot rod, I would imagine, based on a Ford Model A, as most of them are. Chunky rear wheels, to say the least. It almost looks like a little go-kart. Quite a large engine in there, tuned by Airy Tuning. So we're around Basingstoke in Hampshire. Got a little goblin on the front. That's a bit of fun. But yeah, I quite like this, especially the red. It's a gorgeous colour. Next to it, a TVR. Those look fairly similar to some wheels that are available for the classic Mini in 10-inch size. Of course, typical shorts and stubby gear stick, a gear knob on top. I like the clamp-on mirror. It's not too dissimilar to one I've got on Millie, but yeah, very cramped seating position in there. Next to the TVR, Triumph Stag. Believe it or not, they are four-seaters. They've got a little T-bar roll hoop in there, so when the roof comes down, you still have that T-bar standing up for a bit of structural rigidity. It's a nice colour, this one. Little Leyland badge just down there. This Daimler, we've seen at Wilton Wake Up before. This is a Daimler Dart. Again, a lovely colour, lovely example of one. Loving the wheels. The interior, look at that. It's just perfection in there. It's very, very cramped, very narrow. Certainly have to know your passenger well. Not the passenger well, know your passenger well. Yeah, always like these. Jaguar XK, believe it or not, this one is for sale, so this could be yours. I believe it's a 150. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is getting plenty of attention and well deserved. However, next to it, Volkswagen Beetle, G-Reg. Very simple laid out interior, of course the people's car of Germany. And very much people's car, because of course Volkswagen translates literally to people's car. It's 1300 this one. Wouldn't mind adding a Beetle to my future car barn, shall we say. Another one I wouldn't mind adding is this, a Honda NSX, of course famously helped in development by Ayrton Senna, F1 World Champion. Yeah, of course there is a newer model of the NSX now. This was the defining Honda supercar for many, many years. It's even got pop-up headlights for that extra cool factor and washer jets as well. This is the Lotuses Spree, one of the defining Lotus sports cars. Got some split rim OZ wheels. Very fancy brake calipers as well. Naturally, you need a lot of stopping power for a car like this. Very cramped and low interior, as you'd expect. The Lotuses Spree helped with the development of the DeLorean DMC-12, which I believe it gave its underpinnings to the DeLorean. And you can almost see a little bit of styling inspiration with that. Yeah, very fun little cars these. V8 engine supplied. Yeah, so Genevieve likes this car a lot. It was built on her birthday, but quite a few years before she was actually born, to say the least. But yeah, she quite likes it. Frog Eye Sprite, Mark 1. Obviously got that froggy face, which is why it's called the Frog Eye. Classical little sports car. Got some little mini lights on there. A-series engine powered. It's impossible not to like these, isn't it, really? They're gorgeous little cars. The second Beetle of the event. Got some BRM Speedwell wheels. This one's obviously been massively inspired by the American car scene, especially with their love of Volkswagen cars. For example, they got the show plate on. I like it. I like the styling on this one. They haven't gone too overboard with it. I think these mirrors are actually not quite the same company, but fairly similar to the mirrors I got on Millie as well. So there we go. Good enough reason for me to like it. And of course, little quad lights, or quarter lights even. Again, Beetle would like to add one to my future garage or barn or something. It will have to be a barn at this rate because I want lots of vehicles. But yeah, I'd probably do it in a similar style to that. I quite like it. Keeping on the VW theme, a Corrado G60. Of course, these were supplied as a VR6 model. This one looks like it's an import, judging by the left-hand steering wheel. Gold wheels really offset the white paintwork, which actually looks immaculate. Of course, these are now enthusiast cars. I think based on the Golf of the Time platform as well. I like the Corrado. I've only just noticed it's got indicators in the mirrors. Another Jaguar E-Type, and this one is for sale. Does it have a price in it? No. Oh well, this could be yours if you want to have a Jag E-Type. Belongs to a member of the Test Valley Motor Enthusiasts, whose little meeting we went to earlier on this year, or late last year even. Yeah, it was late last year. Quite a while ago now. Woodrum steering wheel. These things are gorgeous. Again, another car I'd like to add to my future collection. Maybe I should just open a museum at this rate. We've arrived at the Land Rovers, which of course Genevieve is a very big fan of. You like Land Rovers? Yes, she says. I don't know whether the mic picked it up. But yeah, as I mentioned with the green Land Rover over there through the lovely bit of greenery and the fountain, these are very much the defining 4x4 vehicle, at least to many, especially here in the UK, which of course is the home market for these things. This one has got the spare wheel on the bonnet. I've only just noticed it's got a little dimple in there where the spare wheel sits on. I think that was intentional, not just one that's been created by having a spare wheel on there. But yeah, this one, I'd say less like a chicken coop type grille. This one's very much more factory spec. But yeah, these were very popular little farming vehicles because they could pretty much tow livestock in trailers, larger trailers. They're just brilliant for farmers. This very custom Ford console has won Best Custom Vehicle at the Downton Motor Club show. In the past, that was 2018, so I will have seen it at that because I did go to that even before I had Millie the Mini. Pretty sure we saw this one at the Test Valley Motor Enthusiast meet at the Army Fire Museum in Middle Wallop late last year as well. Of course, that's the thing when you go to lots of events in a fairly similar area, you tend to find a lot of cars that are shared. It's got an interesting theme on the roof and inside as well. Very much cowboy, yeehaw. Got a V6 as well, so I imagine that goes pretty well. I'm yet to review a V6 and I have a certain one in mind. Can any of you guess which one? Post now in the comments below to guess which V6 I want to look at. This lovely twin-tone vehicle is a Daimler. I'm not quite sure on the year. I know it's a Daimler because it says right there on the centre cap of the wheel. Not sure of the year, not sure on the model. Looks like it may have been a taxi. Or a limo potentially. Probably less likely a taxi, more like a limo. It's got a little roof air vent, I guess, or light, which is quite a nice little detail on this car. Had 3 people arrive in it this morning. It's even got a little pipe in there. But yeah, you got the little separating screen between the driver and the passengers in the rear. 2 seats in the front. Got a warning triangle on the back. Of course, I would imagine the lights on this are not massively bright, given the age of the vehicle.
It is, mate, yeah, it looks the part, right? It really does.
It's lovely. This Datsun Fairlady Z in this rather lovely shade of blue is hiding Corvette 5.7 litre V8 engine underneath. I'm sure many will maybe not necessarily agree with that choice of engine in a Datsun, but I imagine it makes for quite a leery ride. Like the steering wheel with the centre badge. But yeah, something a little bit different. However, little Willys Jeep with a manual windscreen wipers, as was just being demonstrated. Fuel tank in there. Of course, these things brilliantly versatile. Often built during the Second World War and shipped over in a crate, and basically designed to be airdropped in and built up very quickly, very easily. Not designed to survive forever. However, many of them have indeed survived to the modern day. There are lots of vehicles which are replicas of these. But yeah, very basic, designed for military use. But they certainly do their job extremely well. B-Rage Mercedes 230, just heading out. The event has now cleared out a little bit as I've been chatting with the owner of the Willys Jeep there. 1948, it's a civilian vehicle because of course we didn't need military ones in 1948 because certain wars had ended. Onto the Ford Zephyr with Overdrive. This one's a lovely example. I always love Americana style steering wheels. The interior is a nice colour. I like the exterior colour as well. Ford Motor Company Limited of England, white wall tyres. This is an MG TD Midget, registered new in Northern Rhodesia in 1952. Imported to the UK in 1975 and it's had one owner for 50 years. Built from bits between 1972 and 1975. I like little stories like that. And look, it's even got a little tiny trailer. I don't think I've ever seen a tow hitch like that before. I like this little combination. Boutique Event Catering, been supplying the food for the Wilton Wake Up this morning. Do quite nice sausage and bacon butties. Triumph Stag, there is one with the roof down, so you can have a look at that T-bar configuration.
Thank you very much.
Replica AC Cobra. Might be something like a Dax or something. 427 Ford. Of course, these are very close in design to the original AC Cobras. However, there are a few little details that give them away, such as interior features like the indicators. I think they come from a Ford from the 80s and 90s or something like that. And of course, the biggest giveaway on this one is the number plate. The final vehicle inside the main square here at Wilton Wake Up this morning is this Rover. I'm not sure, again, like the Daimler, on what year or what model. We'll just have a look. Huge headlights, engine located in there. There goes the hot rod. Lovely spare wheel mounting on the side. Yeah, it's lovely dark blue colour with a bit of golden featuring, which really helps it stand out. I'm loving the horn in the front though. That's just brilliant. Jaguar Mark II. 3.4 litres of goodness in there. The quintessential gentleman's motor car, as they'd say. It's got overdrive, wire wheels. What's not to like about the Mark II Jag? As well as the classic cars, we've also got quite a lot of motorcycles. Not all of them are classics. Harley Davidson, little Honda racing bike, BMW S1000RR, Yamaha R1, quite a few little scooters. Many of them will be, I would imagine, Piaggio. This one being a Vespa, this one also being a Vespa, and that one being a Vespa, so yes, Piaggios. Yamaha, not quite sure, XJR 1300 or 1300. We've got a few down there. Police are here also just to make sure everyone's behaving as they leave. But yeah, it's been a good turnout here, and there's still quite a few in the car park, I think, unless everyone's left already. Oh, look, a Mustang Mach-E. Not too many cars left here now, but what we do have is this lovely little caterer. I like how it's got a little Lotus, basically intercom system between the driver and the passenger. Imagine because it is so loud. Porsche 911 next to it. Caterham Super 7. Heroes this one, so late 80s. Well, we've got a little grommet in there. Very small interiors. Look like a possibly Ford gear knob on there. Very small steering wheel as well. And over here, saving the best till last, the Minis. Got a little white Mini just here from the, what I would imagine is 70s. Looks like probably a Mark III, possibly Mark IV. Merely the Mini in the middle. And a little grey racing type Mini, possibly built for auto testing or rallying, or even just road racing. Or track racing. It could be built for anything. That's the thing with Minis, they're such a versatile little car that they can just go anywhere and everywhere and do everything. Fantastic design. And look, we've even got a sticker to mark the fact that we've been here today, and Millie's getting some attention from the children. It's sweet. That's why I bring cars to events. This is a very delicate process. Ta-da! And that's it then. That was Wilton Wake Up for the Classic Cars and Bikes meet. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's certainly been a good selection of vehicles here this morning. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like on it, comment down below, let me know what was your favourite vehicle that's featured in the video. And of course, if you want to see more car-based content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's always plenty more car-based content coming up your way very, very soon. Anyway, I've been Jake, thanks for watching, see you in the next video. So until then, farewell.